everybody. I hope that you're all doing well. Welcome to the newest neighborhood gossip video. I finally feel like I have enough to say and make a whole video about it, because I know I've gotten a few requests to make more of these, but if there's no gossip, then I don't really know what to say. I don't have to do too much, but I have a few developments, things that I feel like I haven't told you yet. So all of this basically was prompted by my mother, who basically threw not a block party per se, but she invited the entire block over to our house, because we've gotten a few new neighbors over the last couple of months, and so she wanted everyone to know each other and basically build a community on our block, which was very nice. I unfortunately was away that weekend. I would have loved to have been here. My boyfriend and I were away, but my boyfriend's parents were actually here. And it seemed like such a good time. I would love to meet everybody. Some of the neighbors are obviously the same, but the new ones I haven't met yet. But yes, I was getting pictures that night of, they took a big group picture in our basement. It wasn't actually a block party in the sense that it was out on the street. It was in our house, but my mom is a great host. I always make fun of her and say she's extra, because she kind of is, but like in a good way. She got everybody like party favors, I guess, and there were these big solar powered like globe lights for like everybody's yard. So now everybody has like a different type of one, which is really cute. But yeah, she got everyone when I think there were 7 or 8 households invited. So basically like 2 people per house, plus I think there were a couple kids here. I'm so jealous. I would have loved to have been here, but so everyone basically was invited except for our lovely neighbor directly across the street. In order to know about her, you have to watch my other neighborhood gossip videos, because I have spoken about her. She just Cliff Notes version. She's had a hard life, definitely. I don't want to take that away from her, but she lives by herself. She stays very secluded, and she's just not a nice person. I think she has a lot of just hate and resentment just to the world, I think. And she was the first person on this block to ever get here, and at one point this block was just her house. There was really no one else here. So I feel like, she's kind of like, who are these people on my block, that kind of thing. Not saying that that's okay, but I think that that's her mentality. Anyway, so yeah, if you've missed it, she has yelled at me and cursed me out. She has yelled at my dog. She has yelled at my mother. There's been a lot of not so great encounters. There's actually one I don't think I've told you that we'll circle back to later, but back to the party. So there were 2 things that I was told when I was being filled in on the party. One is good, and the other not so much. So I have more information about the first one. So when I was sent the group picture of everybody, there was one couple, very young. Like I swear, I looked at it and I was like, they can't be much older than me. I'm 25 for reference. So I remember thinking, wow, they're very young and they're a very attractive couple. Like, they would make beautiful babies. So apparently they are my age. I think they're like 26, 27, and their house is big. Like, big. And I'm like, how? What do you guys do that you can buy this house? Like, I'm so confused. Like, I can't even imagine trying to buy a house that big. Granted, there were like 2 people, but I don't know. It's very impressive. It's very, very impressive. And apparently, like, everybody was telling them that at the party, like, congratulating them, and, you know, whatever. And, my mom was telling me, you know, you and my boyfriend, you and your boyfriend, you would really, like, get along with them. And I was like, yeah, like, I kind of really want to meet them, and, like, be friends with them, and go out with them, and whatever. And so I found out that they're very, like, social, they love parties, they love all that, because I think I've told you guys, our next door neighbor directly next door, I'm, like, literally looking at his backyard right now through the window, they have, like, the sweetest setup back there. They have a pool with, like, fountains in it. They have a beautiful, huge outdoor bar with a TV, fully stocked. They have another little bar that I think has, like, I think it's a grill, but it, like, has actual flames that come up. It's ridiculous. And so during the summer, they love to throw parties, like, music going, and they're older. I would say they're in their 50s. But they throw awesome parties. I've been to one. My mom and my stepdad have been to a couple, and they're very nice people. They're so nice. They have even said, like, if we're away on vacation and you guys want to come over and use the pool, like, you can come use our pool. We're like, what? Like, they're just really nice. And they throw really, really nice parties. And so anyway, one day they were having one, and it was really loud. I think it was around 1 in the morning, and it was not too soon after the young couple moved in, and it was just the wife. I don't know if they're married or engaged, I'm not sure, but I'm gonna call her the wife just for argument's sake. She had a friend over, one of her girlfriends, and they were drinking, just them two, and having, like, a little girls' night, and they heard the music coming from our neighbor's house, because we live in, like, a kind of cul-de-sac sort of thing, so everybody kind of, like, faces each other in a certain way. And the woman that lives there, she turned to her friend and she was like, I think they're having a party, I think we should go. And so they just walked up to the house and opened the door, and they went in, the door was open, and they just joined the party. And people eventually started, like, looking at them and being like, who are you exactly? And they were just like, oh, like, I just moved in, like, I'm your new neighbor, I heard the party and I thought that I would come in and join. And I was talking to my mom about this, and I was like, well, that is bold. Like, kind of cool, but also kind of weird. Like, if it was my party, I don't really know how I would feel about that. My guess is that she had, you know, a decent amount to drink, and she had some liquid courage. You know, and yeah, my mom was like, yeah, you know, it is a little weird, but once you get to know her, like, she's, like, the sweetest thing, and she's really cool and normal, and so I thought that was interesting. But I think they let her stay, and she stayed for a while, for, like, the rest of the party. So I was like, okay, well, that's a way to meet your new neighbors, I guess. So I can tell that they're, like, very bold and, like, not shy, and I'm very intrigued to meet them. I'm very, very intrigued. But also, yeah, super impressive that they were able to buy that house so young. Like, that's kind of awesome. So they'll probably live here for a while. So that was the first thing I learned. We also have these new neighbors who I don't think I have met them. Oh, or did I? Oh man, I don't know. My mom met them a while ago. They're introduced herself a while ago. And then I think I was home one day and they stopped by, and yes, okay, it's coming back to me. They brought us a gift when they moved in, which was kind of like, we were like, oh, like that's so sweet, but like we should be giving you a gift. But they did. They came and they gave us was it a plant? I don't remember. I probably sound like the worst neighbor, but they're so sweet. I don't remember their names. They're an Indian family, and so they have exotic names that I don't necessarily know how to pronounce, and that's also making it harder for me to remember, but they're so sweet. So sweet. So we have them, and they were at the party, I'm pretty sure. We also have new neighbors that I have not met, but their dog, do you want to see? I don't have an actual picture of their dog, but they have a 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. I'm going to show you because I want one. Of course, I'm not going to find the picture that I want to show you. It was the most beautiful little 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪 with the little handkerchief. Alright, well, I'm not going to find it, but this is a 𝓢𝓸𝓬𝓲𝓪. So it's a Bernese and a poodle, I believe. I'm going to see if I can find it. I want one so bad, but they are braided, I'm pretty sure, and like $4,000. Come on. So I really want one, but I know you're supposed to adopt and don't shop, and also that's a lot of money for a dog. So I don't know if I can find one in a shelter that I can adopt. But anyway, that's not for a good couple of years, but I want their dog. Anyway, so that's them. The other little thing that I learned that was like not such a great thing was, I told you guys, I think, about the neighbor that lives like behind us, so we can see the front of his house from our backyard, which sounds really weird, but it kind of makes sense. He lives there with his husband. I have literally never met his husband. My mom and stepdad have met him once. He's like never here. His family lives in Brazil, so he goes to visit them a lot, but he stays there for months. My point is that our neighbor, this guy, we love him, he's always alone. Always. Like, I genuinely think he's lonely. Whenever he comes over here, as horrible as it sounds, it's very hard to make him leave. And I only say that because like they were telling me that when they threw their party a couple weeks ago, he was the last one to leave. He was there until like 2 a.m. and like my mom was exhausted and just wanted to go to bed but didn't want to kick him out. Like, I think he genuinely, and I think he works from home a lot of the time, so I think he just craves human interaction because his husband's never home. And I always feel so bad, like when it snows, he's out there shoveling by himself, or, you know, cutting the grass by himself, or like everything. I feel like he does everything and he's by himself. And I feel bad, it makes me sad. So like we love having him here, but he does like to stay for a long time. But the neighbors with the really cool backyard that throw parties, apparently at my mom's party they had all had a decent amount of drinks because no one's driving anywhere, everybody's just walking home, so they all had a good amount of drinks in them, and so, you know, you get courage to say things that you wouldn't normally say. And so they straight up told him, well, the husband told him, like, yeah, you know, you come over when I'm in the backyard working, you come over a lot, and it really, like, I don't know if he said like it bothers me, or like you come over too much, or something along those lines, because it's true. Like, I don't know, it sounds horrible, but like my stepdad will be in the yard doing something important, or like cutting the grass, or he has his work shed down there. He's always doing something, especially when it's nice out. And if he sees this neighbor, sometimes he kind of like runs inside for a second, because he'll talk your ear off for like a good hour. They'll stand out there and he'll start talking about his job or this and that, and I get it because I think he just wants to talk to people, but when you're in a rush rush or you have things to do, it's sometimes hard to get your ear talked off for an hour. So they told him next door like that he comes over too much and that he kind of annoys them a little bit. And the wife, the guy's wife next door, was kind of like, yeah, you do kind of bother him a lot. And I think, like, my stepdad was telling me that this neighbor behind us, the lonely one, that he got a little offended. I mean, how could you not get offended? Oh, they told me that yesterday and I felt so bad. I felt so bad for him. I do like him, I do, but yes, it is very hard once he starts talking. It's hard to kind of clip that conversation, you know. But I feel bad. I do feel bad for him. And they're really nice. Like when we had that storm 2 summers ago, that summer tropical storm, and we didn't have power for like 3 days, they actually made us like dinner in Tupperware because we have an electric stove, so we couldn't cook. And they brought us food, and it was very sweet. Well, he brought us food. So he's a really sweet guy. But yeah, I felt really bad when I heard that. But anyway, when I have new developments, I'll make I think the next one will be part 4 of this video. There's probably more I could tell you about. We call her Creepella across the street. She's really not nice. So we'll see what I can kind of throw together. But yeah, just a little look into our neighborhood gossip. I feel like that one was really gossipy, so I hope that you enjoyed. But anyway, I have to go to work now, so thank you guys so much